pre-Ks, come on in for another day at Pied Piper Online School. And remember, it's our last week. It's over, it's really over, but other fun things are coming around the bend. It's over, school is over, but lots of other new things are coming around the bend. Fun things are always coming around the bend. We're going to take a look at our calendar today. The last time I saw you was Monday, Monday, Monday. The last time I saw you was Monday. But that's not today. The sun goes down, tick-tock goes that clock. You can't stop it. And a new day's here before you know it. It's terrific Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. It's our last Tuesday of the year. Tuesday, Tuesday. It's our very last Tuesday, that's clear. And we're not too high in the numbers, but school doesn't go to the whole end of the month. Yesterday was the number 15, a 1 in the front and a 5 in the back. Today's the day that comes after 15, and if you said 16, you are correct. Those terrible teens, we've learned them well. When there's a 1 in the front seat and a 6 in the back seat, 1, 6, 1, 6, 16. It is the 16th day of what month? If you said June, you are correct. It comes too soon. I don't like the month of June. I sing a sad tune when it is June, and it always comes too soon. We're very happy about summer beginning and camp and watermelon and ice cream, but it's very sad to know that our time together is over. We've had a wonderful year. We talked about the time passing. We started in September. And now our year is over. So many things to talk and think about. Let's find out what we're doing today. Let's put this calendar back and look at our board of fun events. We can cross off our drive-by event. That one's over. We had a great drive-by event. Came to your house and had lots of fun. So we're going to cross that off because that one's over. You should have your cap and gown. You should have your book about kindergarten. And you should have your balloon so everyone knows you're a graduate. So next up is the drive-in. All right, let's talk about the drive-in event that happens on Thursday, the drive-in. Now, here's our big parking lot. Now, usually we get lots of cars in our parking lot when they come for recitals and things, but now we have to social distance, so we can only have 10, 11, or 12 cars coming in our parking lot, depending on how many people will be coming to the ceremony. We're breaking it into groups, and we'll have cones, like the cones we use when we play games. So we'll have cones in the parking lot, and they'll have numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another row, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We might even be able to get 11 and 12 people in our parking lot. So you're going to come in your car and you'll drive in. The first car will go to spot 1 and then spot 2, and we'll fill them all in. And you're going to stay in your cars because remember, we still have to be concerned about social distancing and keeping everyone safe from those germs. So we're going to stay in our car. Kathy will be up here. Max has a big trailer. I'll be in the trailer. I'll have my piano with me so I can play some songs and some music. And there'll be a Pied Piper table over here. A table where you're going to get your things that we've been saving for you. The teachers they'll be here behind the benches, and if they're 6 feet apart, then they won't have to wear their masks so you can see who they are. They're going to be standing behind the benches to wave to you and congratulate you. And Kathy's going to sing a song. Who's going on to kindergarten? Who's going on? And they'll announce your school. And car number 1 will get out, and you'll walk with your family, waving to all your friends who are in their cars, waving and blowing kisses, and walk right up to the table right here. And I'll sing about you. I'll say your name is going to kindergarten. They'll be gone but not forgotten. Then I'll talk a little bit about you and how much fun we've had during the year and how much fun we've had with your brothers and sisters. And you'll pick up your bag. You'll have a goodie bag here full of all kinds of cool things. It'll have your name on it. It will have your diploma. Remember, it won't be yellow. It won't be blue. It will be green piece of paper. You're going to bring that home with you. You need it for your Zoom graduation. It'll have your yearbook, the one you've been working so hard on. I've been very proud to see the excellent coloring and the great drawings you did and the great penmanship you had, writing our names for each of the teachers, how you took your time with the iris and the pupil, the nose, the mouth, the hair. It looks lovely. And remember, in your yearbook will be all the pictures of all the fun things we have done throughout the year, all of the events we've been talking about, our September pet show, our trip to PetSmart, our October Halloween, our trip to Muscoot Farm, our trip to Betsy Stewart's farm, the firefighters who came, the apple farm, the Halloween party, the trip to Club Fit, the dental health week, our Thanksgiving show, our holiday show, everything we did, Chinese New Year. It's all in your yearbook, all the pictures, and a picture of you as a baby and all grown up in the very back. That's yours to keep forever. So that will be in there. The diploma, any old papers you might have are going to be in there. Your cubby labels. Don't forget your cubby labels. And that book that you were writing, the story that you just started before the pause, is in there that you can finish over the summer. And I will, after I talk about you, everyone will clap and cheer. Woohoo! Oh, wonderful job. And then you'll walk back and you'll walk out this way past the teachers to wave, to get in your car, and car 2 will come down. After all the graduates from this group have been talked about and cheered for, then we'll blow bubbles. We'll put the bubblers on. You can blow bubbles coming out your windows as we wave goodbye from our drive-in event, getting ready for the next event the next day, which is our Zoom graduation. Oh my goodness, so many fun things to do. And our story today is called Trouble at School. I want to make sure that my pre-Ks never have any trouble at school. This is a Bernstein Bear book by Stan and Jan Bernstein. Trouble at School. Uh-oh, Brother Bear looks like he's in trouble. When a problem at school is kept a secret too long, it can grow till a cub thinks that everything is wrong. Ooh, there's Brother coming out of the school. Though Brother and Sister Bear were usually very healthy, they occasionally caught colds. So when Brother came home from school one day sneezing and wheezing, Mama Bear knew just what to do. Let's see if I can make this a little higher for you here, or a little bit lower. Perfect. She took his temperature. She put him into bed, and she went to the phone and called Dr. Gert Grizzly, their pediatrician. Oh, sneezing and wheezing and a temperature of 101. Said Dr. Grizzly. Keep him in bed, give him plenty of liquids, and keep him home from school until his temperature is back to normal. Mama followed the doctor's orders, and little by little, Brother's temperature began to go down. I feel a little better, he said. Can I get out of bed? I'm afraid not, said Mama. The doctor says you should stay in bed, but there's no reason why you shouldn't have a pleasant time as possible. Papa, she called, can you bring us the portable TV, please, so Brother can watch some television? Portable TV had a remote control, and pretty soon Brother was having a fine time, switching from one cartoon station to another. When he was tired of TV, he got out his comic books. And when he was tired of his comic books, Mama brought him his dinosaur collection. No doubt about it, except for his sniffles, Brother Bear was having a pretty good time. So when Sister Bear brought him home a folder of schoolwork, he hardly looked at it. He was much too busy having fun. But while he was at home having fun, his fellow students at school were working hard. In the classroom where Teacher Bob was teaching them a new math lesson, they were learning to add, subtract, and multiply. Now they were learning to divide. On the soccer field, where Coach Brune was getting the team ready for the big game against Beartown, they were working hard too. "Cousin Freddie," he yelled, "take Brother's place as forward. He's out sick." "Yes, sir," said Freddie. This was his chance, the one he'd been waiting for. It wasn't until Brother was all better and ready to go back to school that he remembered that folder of work. "Oh, well," he thought, "I'll take a look at it on the bus." But that's when he heard about Freddie and the soccer team. He was so upset, he forgot all about looking at his homework. When Coach Brune had extra practice time in gym, Brother became even more upset. It wasn't easy. He had to watch Freddie. Freddie had taken over his place on the team. Then when Brother got back to class, Teacher Bob said, "I certainly hope you studied that work folder I sent you because we're going to have a quiz." "A quiz? A test?" thought Brother. "Oh, man, on what?" "On division, of course," said Teacher Bob as he handed out the quiz papers. Brother might have managed to do well even then. He was good with numbers and he might have worked it out, but he wasn't able to concentrate. All he could think about was Cousin Freddie kicking in a goal while he sat on the bench and watched. The quiz was a disaster. Not only did Brother get every problem wrong, but Teacher Bob wrote on the paper, "Very poor, very poor. Must be signed by your parents." Oh no, Brother didn't know which was worse, the soccer mess or the quiz. What would he have to say to Mom and Papa when they asked him how things had gone at school? He was so busy feeling sorry for himself on the bus ride home, he didn't notice that Sister had come down with a bad case of the sneezes and the sniffles, too. "Oh, dear," said Mama when she saw Sister. "You caught Brother's cold. Into bed with you." She and Papa were so busy attending Sister, they forgot to ask Brother how things went at school, and he didn't tell them. The next morning when the school bus came, Brother didn't get on the bus. He hid in the tall grass until the bus was out of sight. The squirrels and the bluebirds were puzzled. Brother was usually happy and cheerful, but not this morning. This morning he looked unhappy, and he looked angry, too. "Pooey," Brother shouted, kicking a stone, but kicking the stone reminded him of soccer, and that just made him angrier. The bluebirds took off, and the squirrels scattered. "Pooey on soccer," he shouted, stomping off through the woods. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Grasshoppers hopped, toads stood stock still and pretended they were bumps on a log. "Pooey on school," Brother shouted, stomping out of the woods. Pansies hid their faces and ladybugs flew home. "And," he said, reaching for his school bag, "pooey on division." He came to the top of a big hill. He took out the quiz, folded it into a paper airplane, and sailed it high in the air. The hill overlooked a swamp, overgrown bog. As Brother watched the quiz circle and swoop, he noticed something out of the corner of his eye. There was a familiar house right there at the edge of the bog. Grizzly Gramps and Grizzly Gran were working. Grizzly Gramps was working on a ship model when he heard the knock. Gran was making some cookies. They weren't expecting visitors, but they certainly weren't expecting Brother, especially during a school day. Didn't take long for the whole story to come out. Gramps and Gran listened quietly as Brother told them about catching the cold, the folder of work, the soccer mess, the quiz disaster, the missed bus, and the paper airplane. "Come with me, young fellow," said Gramps. "I want to show you something." Gramps took Brother by the hand and led him deep into the bog. "There," he said, "that's what I want to show you." There's an old wagon, sunk almost out of sight in the muddy pond. "How'd it get there?" asked Brother. "Wasn't easy," said Gramps. "I went to a lot of trouble getting that old wagon into the swamp." Then, with a twinkle in his eye, he said, "Just the way you did, getting in over your head at school. It happened a long time ago when I took a wrong turn, just the way you did, when you didn't study that schoolwork that Teacher Bob sent home. Well, instead of admitting my mistake and backing up, I just pushed ahead till I was so deep that I could not get out." "And you lost the wagon?" said Brother. "Yep," said Gramps. "But I learned a valuable lesson. If you find yourself on the wrong road, don't just keep going until you're in over your head. Back up. Start over on the right road." "How am I going to do that?" asked Brother. "Oh, I think we can manage it. But first, look over there," Gramps said, pointing. There it was, the paper airplane caught in the berry bush. "What do you think they'll say?" asked Brother later as they bounced along in Gramps' pickup. "Well, we'll find out soon enough," said Gramps, pulling to a stop in front of the big tree house. "Let's not forget Gran's bag of cookies. They're her finest." Mom and Papa weren't exactly pleased when they heard about the big mess Brother had gotten himself into, but they didn't holler and pound the table either, not even Papa. He looked like he might be going to when he saw the paper had to be signed. Grandpa had tried to flatten it out, but it was still pretty wrinkled. "What happened to this?" he asked. "Oh," said Gramps, "it just sort of got folded a bit. That's when he brought out Gran's cookies. There were 10 of them. "Let's see now," he said. "There are 5 of us, counting sister, so how many cookies do we each get?" "2, of course," said Brother, dividing them up. "Don't look now, young fella," said Gramps with a wink, "but you just divided by 10 by 5. "Is that all there is to dividing?" said Brother. "That's it," said Gramps. "Come along," said Mama, in her no-nonsense voice. "Where are we going?" asked Brother. "To school," Mama said when they got into the car. "But it's so late," protested Brother. "Never too late to correct a mistake," Mama said, and off they went. Brother got to class just in time for the retest. The class hadn't done very well in the division quiz either, so Teacher Bob had given them a second chance. Brother really concentrated this time and got a very good. That afternoon he got a second chance at soccer too. It was the day of the big game against Beartown, and things weren't going very well. "Brother," said Coach Bruin, "I want you to go in for Freddie. I don't think he's ready yet." "Glad to help, Coach," Brother said as he ran out onto the field. You know what they say, it's never too late to correct a mistake. What a great story about trouble at school.